I didn't even write the word. Hi folks, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a kind of hodgepodge of different things that I'm working at. And I thought what I'm going to do is be interesting to some people. So I've just got one camera going and I'm going to show you what I'm up to. I guess right now, most of my energy is being focused on the Bridgeport mill. And I'm getting ready to put in the Y-axis there, shaft. And I bought a new thing for it that I've always wanted to have. This is a dynamo for the Y-axis. It's 110 volt servo products. I got this from H&W. Man, it's been 2 years ago now, before I got sick. And I wanted to find out how it interacted with the parts on the bridge before I started putting it all together and then having to take it apart. This is one of the pieces that's going to go in here. I'm going to take it out and bead blast it. This is one of the gears that will go in this housing. You can put a little cap on it to protect it. And basically it's going to fit in here and the bearings are going to be in there. Then everything else is held in place by adapters and quite extensive. So I'm going to even read the instructions before I get after it. Another thing we're doing is I'm getting ready to work on the Axelson 16-inch. Now this is a good Axelson. It goes up to, well, somewhere, feed surface. It goes up to 1127 RPMs per minute. That's pretty good for a big lathe. Don took these plates and had them all fixed up. He did a great job on them. Anyway, some of them aren't ready to be put in. I'm not even sure that one went on it in the first place. On Axelson's, the serial numbers are all put into that box right there. Anyway, I'm checking them all out and seeing what I got to do. Property of the U.S. government. Hoping that means it's not as used as much, but we already know by the lead screws how bad it was. But that's okay. I'm totally rebuilding it. We even knocked it down and started a paint job on it. I got the oiler fixed and all put in place, but that's for another video. Today I'm going to concentrate on fixing something for this 16. I'm going to get Bob out and let Bob help me. I just got to figure out what else I need. Let me see if I can get my cane and can walk around a little bit. Oh, my feet still haven't healed. They're just, they look terrible, don't they? That's all nerve making my feet look like that. My ankles are still stiff. Feet feel like I have blisters on them, but damn it, it's been almost a year now that I've been fighting this. Oh. My balance is the main thing I'm fighting. Going out here, this. I'm going to fire up this little bead blaster. I've been hesitant to use this for anything other than finishing little electrical, or excuse me, aluminum pieces. Now up there on the mezzanine, I've got a much bigger sandblast, but I don't go up there much right now. Here it is. One of the best lathes I've ever had in my life. Powerful, doesn't take up a lot of space. You can swing up to 18.5 inches. Don and I, well, let me go around to the other side. Been cleaning up shop as much as I can. Don and I rebuilt all of the electrics on this side. A forklift ripped the pecker head off that motor. And so I put a new starter and fixed that. Don and I spent about 3 days figuring out which went to where. We didn't want to mess the motor up. We've taken the head off, or the top of the head off, cleaned it all out, got a new oil in it, runs. Now I'm doing the little knickknacks. And the one I'm interested in today is this. These handles pull out to retract the pin before you put it in a different hole. Well, this one, I haven't got it to come apart. They come apart into two pieces, the center piece and then the sleeve here. It actually moves. It's all held together by these springs and pins. I think I'm going to have to make a new pin for the littlest one. I can't find one anywhere, and in fact, I had that in my stock. This is the littlest one. Well, the problem is getting them apart. Once you get them installed, this one doesn't even have the pin. The pin actually attaches it to this outer sleeve so it can go up and down. Well, I don't have a pin for this one. So we're going to make one. But the main problem I have right now is I need to get this outer sleeve off without dinging it up. Somebody's already dinged it up a little bit because, as you can see there, don't have room to work with. I don't want to take and put a pry bar in there because it's just not going to push evenly on it, and I could get it messed up. So what I am going to do is take and make a ring to go right here in this, and then turn this onto it, and that ring is going to push this out. Sometimes you have to think of new ways. If I didn't have a lathe, that would be a problem, huh? Let's see. Got to fix this too. Now this isn't done by damage from a fall or something hitting it. To do it that nice, they had to heat that up. I'll heat it up and straighten it back out to this kind of handle. There's the great 2-speed tailstock. Even got a steady rest back there for it. In fact, to this one I've got the bed clamp for the back end of it over here. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Bed clamp for the taper attachment on there. Put new buttons in it, rewired it all. Was going to keep it, but then I got sick. We've gone over and needle all the old paint off of it, so it just needs a light rust treatment on it, sanded a little bit. Haven't done the base down there because I'm going to have to see if I could Tom Sawyer somebody into helping with that. But Don did a lot of the needling on it. It's a good lathe. If anybody's interested in it, it's pretty easy to move around. I made rails to go on the back of the base so you can roll it on pipes. Just realized I'm going to have to make 2 rings, one for the small one and one for this one. There's old Bob sitting here nicely waiting on us. Put you up here for a minute. Don't have a lot of stamina. I'm going to say, don't watch, what I'm measuring is the center space right there for what I need to do. That needs to be 106, 1 inch, 69 thousandths. It's going to be a pretty small ring. You can kind of guess the size by the silver ring around the outside. So what did I say? 1 inch, 200 thousandths, and then 1 inch, 69 thousandths. Luckily, well, you're not watching. Luckily, I keep all these little scraps around so I can use them. $169. 298. I don't think I have a collet that big. I have to look. I don't think they go up that big. There's a 1 1/8. Not going to make it. Now there may be one of these kind of collets that gets big enough. But frankly, I'm just going to get the 3-jaw out and make it on that. Now Bob's chucker lathe doesn't have a tailstock. It's got a collet. This is a thread protector. And this collet is about the best way to do something. If it's small enough. Come on, hand. You can pull that out of there. can't you? Oh, what do you do now? There it goes. Put this where I can find it again. Wait a minute. I got another one that might, that's too big. And that one's too big. And this one is too small. So, back to plan A, or B, or C. Oh. Gonna put the chuck on. Got to go over here and get some paper towel. I'll clean this up. People ask me why all this is so discolored. It's discolored because it's got old oil on it. And I figured that Bob would just be better protected with the old oil than taking it off. Oh. Oh. Whew. This time a year ago, I was still paralyzed. Couldn't move very much of anything. And then the trainers got me doing much better. Today I can move everything. The nerves and stuff don't always connect to my right foot. Okay. I don't ever use air to do stuff like this. It just puts those chips in someplace you can't see. Okay. Now this nose of this lathe has got an outside thread and an inside collet setup. This is the stop button or lock button for the, there I got the spindle locked. And I just put a little more pressure on it like that. Now we're engaged. Take your safety block off. Oh, I'm going to work this close to the, I got to make two, so I'm going to work it close up to here. Bob's got a 3 and a 4 jaw chuck. Makes it real handy. Okay. I'm going to have to go sit down for a while. About done all I can with my legs right now. So I'll start the phase converter up and we'll start turning on that when I get back. Well, as I told you, I got to make two of these. They're different diameters. So let's get at it. I'm going to work on the smallest one first, just because I can take off some dimensions and get it down to this size real quickly. Like I said, I need two 1 inch 200 thousandths. I need to take 100 thousandths off. See what tools I got loaded up. Here's one that'll do the outside. Here's one that'll part. Probably need to load this one up because, well, no, it won't. Let me work on this other while I think about it. You can just take this thing and open it up like that and spin it around. I forget about it half the time. Okay, starter brakes off. Speed is 1250 in second, 1550 in third, and 420 in first. It's a 0. Back off, I'm going to take 50 off. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, wrong way. I'm going to stop right there, see what that took off. We're down to 1 inch 205. So we got 500 to take off and we'll be close to what we need. I'm just going to do that. 1, 20, 30, 40, 5. Just took a little bit so we could measure. $120 or 1/202. close enough. The reason I'm making it that way is so as I'm screwing it down, I can center it using my fingers to make, and using this outer diameter so it doesn't mess up on me. Hope that made sense. Now I'm going to come back out here. We know what we've got for a center. See if I can need to get about 722. 722. Going 700s. 78. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70 more. Just for a health check, see where we are. Got a lot to go. Need to get to 0.722. This is at 1 inch and 60 thousandths. It's cutting so good, I think I'd go 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. What was this? 1 inch and 60 thousandths. 0.961. That took almost exactly 100 thousandths off. So I need to take 36 off. Okay. 10, 20, 30. Let's go 30. And a little fudge factor. $877. $869s. Need 8,000. It's pretty close, huh, guys? This camera keeps dying on me. I got 2 of them. You notice I haven't been going all the way up to the top there. That right there is where my thing is. Clean that up a little. Now the part I'm going to make isn't going to be much wider. By doing this, I've already got the outer diameter of this one, of the big one, and the outer diameter of the little one. So now I just need to bore into it and then get out all I need from the inside. Does that make sense? So this means we're going to have to get a boring bar. Switch around and see what I can find. They're kind of big. That's kind of big. Should probably just go with something that's already small enough and set up to do it. It's a little bit too small. See if this will fit. I've got three openings here. Got kind of nice weather today. The wind's blowing very, very gusty, but okay. What I'm going to do is take some out of the center. This chuck's set up so it's got a stop in the back where it's at the center point. This doesn't have to be that accurate because I'm just hogging material out. Whoa! Now, that's the problem with sticking, well, I didn't have it locked down. Let's try it again. I didn't put a center hole in it. Still doing that. See how it goes down? Well, folks, that really doesn't matter worth a damn on this, but because I like to be precise, sometimes I do that. If I was making money on this, we wouldn't be doing this. It feels rigid as hell. This little thing is not fitting in that holder. Let's see what I got. What I'm doing is going to a smaller one. It has more area. I can grab a hold of that perfect. Okay, let's see if that works. Now I got a small one made. Helps to have lots of different options. Put that big drill back in there and okay. Switch from gear 1 to, from gear 2 to gear 1. Now that would be enough for 1 or 2, but I'm going to go on deeper. Okay, that should be enough. At least it'll get me started. We'll kick it around. This is about what I was talking about, the speed changes. Got reverse and forward, got 1, 2, and 3, and on this lathe you can do it in and go fast, or change down to where it was, or go slow without ever changing the rotation. You get your speeds by that right there. I can't see how deep that hole is. The only way you know to do it on Bob is you use an indicator on that, but I didn't put it on. But that's as deep as I'm going to go with that. Still have to do the other side. And I can't see in there, so I don't want to mess up something. So we're just going to do it this way for a second. I'm going to take another pass with it because that long skinny insert can deflect. This is a spring pass with the same settings. Now, what did I say we were going to do? Going for 700. $572. So we could go easily 100, but I'm not going to. That's a lot. I don't want to mess it up. I'm nearly finished with it. Let's go 50. Oh, there's 70. Well, I went the wrong way, dummy. Since I lost my count, I'm going to just start here. I'm going to back out of it. Kind of a reverse spring pass. $638. If I take 70 or 60, I'd be close. Let's just go 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Do you believe I did the same dumb thing again? $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. Go 40. It was screaming. It's not a very stable bit. 678. Couldn't figure out why it was going so hard on the carriage travel. I left it in gear. Let's go 15 more. Got a bit that's sticking out a long way and can ring, and a very thin wall that makes it amplified. You got to do small stuff when you get in there. Small steps. And 22. This piece will fit like that and be able to bust it off. Now, because this was down in there a long way, might only have to push it a little bit, but I'm going to make a nice piece for a little bit more rigidity. The push. Y'all hold on. And now you got to turn around here. I'm going to make this one about right there. WD. Let's go start here. Stopped again on me. All right. I'm going down to a lower gear. So I don't want this thing flying off. Oh, my brain isn't the way it used to be, guys. Hoping it's just the medicine. See if I can get something to grab that before it goes off. A pencil. Pencils are good because they're wood, and if something happens, the wood will break. Okay, got a pinch in there. Now I sit here worried about if I got the interior. I do. Got to cut off of that little bit there. But I think we're going to be okay. All right, I'm going to put this aside. And now we know we're at our outer diameter for the next one. It's going to face off. You'll get dizzy. Got it drilled, now we're going to bore it. Now I can see down in there, and I know I don't have a lot of depth of that hole, but it's more than what I need to make for the part. I just need to be careful running this boring bar in. Geometry of this lets me cut a little bit on this side, so I kind of flattened out that hole in there. I'm just hand feeding it now. What I've done is I've moved this dial about 10 more inches, 10 thousandths, to get it on a number that I know what, cleaning that up. I remember back in high school, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it's 50 years since I graduated high school. 8395. We had 4 South Bend lathes. "14-inch. One of them was reserved for the teacher's use, and the other couple of them, well, that's going to be thin wall. Used to be 106. Those machines, you got a better finish cut if you went backwards on them. 836. 106. Should be about 100. Says I need to take off 0.0. It was 9.0, wasn't it? Well, it says I need to take off 98 thousandths. Let's go to 50. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. Just for the heck of it, a little juice never hurt. Now this isn't the most accurate way of doing this. It says I need to take off 53 thousandths. But for what I'm doing, this is plenty good enough. I'm just interested in getting metal out of there right now. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. See how close it'll get. That looks pretty dang close to what we're going to need. This goes in there and just sits on it. That's going to be good. Close I got. Then 10 thousandths. I'm not going to do it because this will be good enough. And by good enough, I mean it'll be steady enough. We'll make it. Oh, we've run into a problem over there. This bit is going to hit this. And I could switch around and get things out of the way that way. What's happening is my stock's getting shorter, so all these have less room to move around. So I'm just going to cheat, stick that out a little bit. There we go, we got clearance now. I don't need that much. I need more about like that right there. See if I could get most of that off without messing with it. Still have this right there to get rid of. And the other one did too. I think I'll pop them in there and see what we can do. Now, this is really thin, and I could be making the worst mistake by doing this. Like I said, it's not a critical part. Could take this out to the sander and just sand it away. Let's see. That looks pretty close. Oh, where are you? There you go. See if we mess it up. How about that, sports fans? Bob has the finesse to do this little thing. There we go. Now we're going down, or go back up. Take this one. Oh, that's terrible. That's even worse. It's really far on this one. I can see that just looking at it. Okay, you're going to be difficult. So what I'm doing is I'm moving this in, and I'm going to use the face of this tool block to line it up a little bit better. Let's see how that happened. Oh, look at that. Back in the younger high school days, we had the lantern post tool holders, and we'd always turn the tool holder backwards in the lantern and use it rubbing up against the part to straighten them up. Worked real nice. Now I gotta go easy again. I don't have this in the jaws very tight so it doesn't distort it. And Bob's nice enough to be able to help me there. There's a little ridge on the inside. That's easily taken care of. Carbide burr. Get you guys away some more so I don't get my hand messed up. And we're going to turn in reverse. That's great. Another reason everyone should have a lathe in their garage. Now, I don't suspect these will be much of a problem being made out of aluminum. That one's for that. Feel it going on there. And this is for a little one. Let's go out there and see if it works. Oh, y'all let go. Somebody's been eating too much. Hard to move you guys around. The noise you hear is my 10 horsepower motor that's for my phase converter for that side of the shop. And I've been doing some more organizing. I got rid of those old shelves and put this old thing in. My wife was impressed. Turn off this. The motor's on top of the mezzanine. And that means I can listen to it all day long. The 20 horsepower one's in a doghouse in the back, which means I don't have to listen to it. Okay. See how it fits? See, by making it the same diameter, made it easy. Oh. That one doesn't want to go in, that one's hard. Some of these just pull out. It was easy to do. What y'all do with the little one? There it is. try something else. Y'all are sitting there kind of crooked. I don't want to mess the knurls up on that, so I'm going to put a rag around it. See if this will help. Whoa, the wind's getting high. Let's turn him. And there we go. I'll work with the lathe. Now I can clean all that out. Now can y'all see over at this one? Well, that one's been hard. I'll take it off and see if I'm messing up the inside. No, I'm not. I'm going to put some penetrating oil in there and let this one sit. That should work, though. We got one of them out at least. Yay. So long, and thanks for watching. I'll keep working on this.